Hello and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, people. Make sure you are smashing the likes and subscribing if you're new. We're trying to reach 1K before the end of the season, people. Thank you guys for the magnificent support over the past week because we literally lost subs. And over this past week, we gained like 26, 28. No, we gained 28 subs in the last week. That is madness in itself. That's not normal for a channel my size, I have to say. So thank you very much. But yeah, today we are reacting to Trent to Madrid is close. Trent Alexander-Arnold has obviously been linked to Real Madrid ever since everyone knew that his contract was up in a year. Obviously, he's one of the many Liverpool star players, the few players that are actually world class, that you can argue that are world class within the Premier League. Obviously, people like Alisson, I think Alisson signed a new deal, but Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah still haven't signed a deal. And as it gets closer and closer, you kind of think that, okay, maybe they're not going to sign after all because we're literally getting to the end of March, going up to April. But I know maybe that they're concentrating on getting the season done and stuff, and maybe they don't want to be distracted, which is yes, very plausible. But if that was the case, I feel like that would have been done a long time ago. Where I feel like it would have been fine if you tried to negotiate a deal at the start of the season before it gets to the business end of the season, where you feel like you have to 100% like be focused, because obviously you have to be 100% focused on the season regardless as an athlete, as a professional athlete in general. But I think the main thing here is that when you get to the business end of the season, obviously you're just trying to get your deal done. You're just trying to get you're just trying to get over the line sort of thing within your targets. That's what you're trying to do. And that's the problem. That's the problem. They haven't done that. They have obviously lost in the FA Cup to Plymouth. They lost in the Carabao Cup to Newcastle. They lost in the Champions League to PSG. And yeah, it's all come crashing down. And I think they wanted to end that on a bit of a high. And I think Mohamed Salah, especially, you can see his reaction of obviously him crying like a little baby after losing to PSG. That obviously you want to end your last season at Liverpool maybe on a couple more trophies and give the fans what you feel like they deserve as a footballer. And if we look now, Trent is probably the first one to jump right now. Let's have a look. Ornstein has put out Real Madrid are working to close deal to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold on a free. Real Madrid must inform Liverpool when it's done. Not happened yet. Spaniards monitoring 26-year-old right back for 2 years and doing everything in power since January to convince him to join. Now, in the truth of things, this is nothing we didn't already know. We knew this already, so there's not really any new information here. If we're being 100% real, maybe I got to pull up the Fabrizio tweet as well, but at the same time, we knew this already. We knew that he was gone months ago. Let's be real with it. Because when we look at everything on the face of it, when it gets closer and closer to your 1 year left, they haven't signed a new deal yet, and we've known that Real Madrid have been interested before. Those links are obviously going to hot up, and Real Madrid, when they see a world class player on another team, easy yoink, and then they're theirs. They're in white all of a sudden because, bro, Real Madrid don't play like the normal team. They don't, which is why they'll probably do the same with Saliba. Obviously, Arsenal fans falling for the whole, oh, but he's gonna stay. He said he wanted to stay and stuff like. Bro, what do you expect him to say? Do you expect him to say, oh, I'm gonna leave? I actually don't like being at Arsenal. I'm gonna leave. But yeah, pretty much Fabrizio says the exact same thing. Of it's closer and closer after a story that was revealed 1 year ago. The official contract proposal from Real Madrid has been sent to Trent and his camp. Discussions underway on details of the deal. All parties involved confident to get the agreement done. And usually, if Real Madrid are confident to get the agreement done, it's done. It's done. And it is going to be very hard to replace Trent, but we'll discuss another day who's going to be the hardest to replace. Now it's a case of the Trent one's done. What's going to happen with Van Dijk after the links with PSG a couple weeks ago? What's going to happen with Mohamed Salah after he's been linked with Saudi before? And what's going to happen with Mamardashvili coming in? Is Alisson going to leave in the summer? Despite, I think he signed a new deal. I'm not too sure. Or he has 1 year left. Or is it just going to be him as a backup and Alisson as first and Kelleher will leave? Liverpool don't invest either. Liverpool don't invest money. They don't spend money. We saw what they were like on the Zimmermendy deal. We saw what they were like missing out on Caicedo and Lavia, only bidding for Caicedo when Chelsea were there because they panicked and they left the deal happening for way too long, stumbled on Lavia, then they lost out on him. He's injury prone as it is, but he's a very good player. So we know what they're like with spending. Obviously, they've been linked with Isak and stuff. I do not believe that's going to happen. I don't believe that's going to happen, which is why I think Liverpool will definitely drop off next season. I did generally think they would have had a chance if they, um, obviously Salah and Van Dijk aren't confirmed to go, but let's say another one of them are gone, they definitely won't win the league next season. I think without one of them, you can maybe get away with it. As much as you'll miss, well, maybe without Trent you could get away with it because you might have a more balanced, you might have a stronger back four with another right back like a Conor Bradley, or if you sign another one to compete, there's got to be a really good right back signing as well. But also, it's compared to missing out, like losing Mohamed Salah and losing Virgil van Dijk, it's not that bad because Virgil van Dijk, to be fair to him, he's probably one of the few defenders that I can actually say that would hold himself to a similar level in the previous eras of the Premier League. Mohamed Salah, you're gonna miss his goals. You're gonna miss his impetus, his willingness to step up in games where nobody else will. Obviously, I know a lot of criticism has been had of him in like knockout stages and stuff, and those are rightful criticisms when he's maybe not in the like very very big games, the finals, etc. But what I'm saying is like you're going to miss him regardless because of the amount of goals he scores anyway. So it's going to be very hard to replace him as well. But I almost think that let's say they lost Salah, let's say they lost Virgil van Dijk, let's say they lost Trent, one each. Let's say in a different situation they lose a Van Dijk. Their defense is not going to be the same because Virgil van Dijk upgrades everyone in that defense automatically. That's why Robertson has been able to get away with so much because even though he's made mistakes and he has been exposed to an extent, he'd probably be exposed even more if Virgil van Dijk wasn't next to him due to his fall off this season of Robertson. I think Konate is a very good centre back anyway, but we all know that he's a better centre back because of someone like Virgil van Dijk next to him. Because of Virgil van Dijk, like it's not even an insult to Konate because Konate is a really good centre back as well. And he upgrades that back four in general. He's a leader, good in the air and stuff. I'm not saying he can't be got out. I know people like to laugh at him and stuff, but he's still like an all-timer. He's still an all-timer. He's still a top 10 centre back in the Premier League that we've seen. He doesn't get into my 11. I'm still putting Terry and Rio in my lifetime, but Van Dijk is up there. Van Dijk is definitely up there. And let's say you lost Mohamed Salah, that's still worse than losing Trent. Because let's say, yeah, if you had to listen, if you had to lose one, it probably would have to be Trent because I rate Trent. I rate Trent to an extent where I think what he gives you going forward can make up for what he doesn't give you defending. Even though the system does help him defend a lot more, doesn't mean he can't be got at. Even in the game they won against Manchester City, he was getting ripped by Doku, but it's Doku at the end of the day. He's not going to do anything with the ball. For me, with Trent, he can still like whatever his positives are could overweigh his negatives. So I still rate him, and you're still going to miss his final balls, his pause, his passing ability, his ability to go diagonal, his ability to go direct and combine down the right hand side with Mohamed Salah, etc. You are still going to miss that. It's still going to be a hindrance. Don't get me wrong, but even though he's the younger one, even though he's an academy player, whatever, and even though you didn't buy him in the first place, losing him on a free is not really saying much. You just paid his wages. That's the only loss financially you've actually made. At the same time, Salah is one of the best goal scorers we've seen in the Premier League, and Virgil van Dijk is one of the best overall defenders we've seen in the Premier League. And they don't have as big question marks over their general play as much as Trent does. But that doesn't mean you can, have a disgruntlement in his importance and how much and don't play down his importance in Liverpool winning things, 2 Premier Leagues and a Champions League. I think 1 Carabao Cup and 1 FA Cup. Like, was it 1 Carabao Cup or no? It's 2 Carabao Cups, 2 Carabao Cups and 1 FA Cup. Like that's still a lot in a good Premier League era. Obviously, they would have liked to win more, and I completely understand them being frustrated not to win more. Because everyone's standards is relative to how they're used to their club. But I think to win all of that, to be that academy grad that grew up as a Scouser, going through to Liverpool, winning their first Premier League their first league title, sorry, in 30 years, their first ever Premier League in the Premier League era, obviously. Um, First league title in 30 years, to be part of some great teams, win the Champions League in the previous season as well. They've achieved a lot. Like, you can be proud of yourself now. Now Trent can stat pad trophies. Now you can go and stat pad pro. Like, that's not a bad thing, by the way. When I say stat pad trophies, it's just a bit of banter. It's just like, bro, you're at Real Madrid, you're gonna win stuff. So that diagonal balls of fucking Vinny and Mbappe, bro, for all my days. All my days. And obviously they need someone to like take Carver House place for the next few years because Carver House still world class on this day, but Trent, it's Trent, bro. Imagine having that as your successor. Obviously they need a centre back soon, so I'm assuming Saliba is going to be the next one because they couldn't get Lenny Yoro. They're obviously going to want to get Hoyson as well, so I'm assuming Hoyson for this season, Saliba for next, but we'll see what happens with that as well. And we'll see if Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah do actually sign a new contract because when we're getting closer to 25th, we're in the 25th of March. Like, I can't believe they haven't signed. I can't believe they haven't signed. The fact that if you let your star players go to this point of the season, at the business end of the season, when that's all you're going to talk about because you're pretty much wrapped up the league anyway, there's nothing else to talk about, then there you go. But listen, people, make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Want to road to 1K subscribers. I'm trying to hit before the end of the season. Before the end of the Premier League season, I'm trying to see 1K subscribers. Mainly because I'm going holiday in June. So I want to do a celebration before I go on holiday. I don't want to be hitting 1K subscribers and I'm abroad and I can't fucking celebrate it. So 1K subscribers, please. Make sure to follow me on all social medias at GVO Mikez. We're going to have videos every day. We've got another draft video at 6, all-time African players versus Alfie, and we'll be live with Alfie at 10. I'll see you guys later.